Please, no photos, please. Me and my children.
No one is taking Henry. No one's taking photos of you. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just practicing for when they do, Dale.
Why?
Because this week we're going to be a lot like the topic, and that is celebrities, but we're talking about celebrities in video games.
That's right. Celebrities in gaming this week on EasyMode.
Woo! Even though the gods are crazy and even though the stars are blind, she's here for this week's episode. That's your co-host, Delayed Dale.
And that's HenryK. He's a diva both on and off camera.
I don't know her. Dale, how are you?
I don't know you, okay? You want to play like that right off the bat? Hi.
How are you this week? I'm so excited to start this episode.
I'm good. This is kind of like an interesting topic that we thought of because, first of all, celebrities are everywhere in our lives. I mean, you're in my life. Hello.
You're in mine.
A-lister over here. I mean, yeah. Superstar. I'm excited. We're going to talk about, just you have like voice actors. I have like physical appearances in games. So I'm excited to like talk about that. But before we even do any of that, I want to know like, what have you been playing the last week?
So I've been very inspired by last week's episode, and that was horror gaming. I checked out my Steam, and then I remembered I had this game I've only played twice with a friend. It's called Labyrinth. It's a co-op horror puzzle-solving game. Very, very fun.
I hear it's really scary.
It is scary, and I kind of love that about it. And the puzzles are like mildly complex. I'm a little too stupid while I play it to solve them, but I still really, really enjoy it because I love the scares, and it is a little challenging, and I love that. And they've been releasing new chapters ever since I played it initially, which is like, I think maybe about a year ago. So a lot of new content for me to explore. So it's been great. What about you, Dale?
Oh, that's actually really amazing. I have not actually purchased that game yet, mostly because I've seen gameplay and I'm terrified.
It's scary.
For myself, I've been tapping into Hotline Miami. Ooh. The soundtrack slaps so hard. I'm terrible at the game, I'll be honest with you, but the soundtrack is great. I die music.
Doesn't matter.
Music. It's just like, wake up, rinse, and repeat. It's great. I like it. Hopefully I can beat the game. It's a classic and I suck at it. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Who cares? But yes,
I do.
Oh, I don't. No judgment for me. At least on that, Dale.
No, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. But yeah.
As you mentioned, this week's episode is going to be about celebrities in gaming. We see celebrities everywhere. We see them on ads. We see them on TV. We see them in magazines. And in gaming, we're seeing them more and more and more. A lot of that has to do with the advancement of technology. The sort of mainstream, even more mainstreamization of video games. So we're going to dive into voice. We're going to dive into some physical appearance in this week's episode. And should we just dive in and get started?
Physical appearance. Some physical
appearances of celebrities.
Let's do our Olympic dive right in.
Love that. Let's go. 10s, gold medals. Dale, can I ask you something?
You can ask me anything.
Has anyone ever told you you should be a voice actor?
You know what? No, but I wish they would.
You know what? I'm glad we're doing the show together because no one's told me that either. And that makes me so sad. But listen.
Wait, let me guess. You want to be one too?
No. I just want people to think I could be.
Oh, okay.
But as someone who edits this podcast, I hear my voice and I get it. So thank you. You don't need to lie to me. As we said already, this episode is about celebrities in gaming. And we're going to start off with voices, voice actors, people who lend their voice to the game, but just the voice, nothing else.
The voice and nothing more.
Of course. Sometimes I can do, I've been getting better at doing impressions. Can you do any impressions?
Okay. I don't know. Every now and then this weird Donald Trump impression comes up, but not because I'm trying to do it. Not because I'm trying to do it.
It's just in your soul.
It's just like, it just comes out randomly and I'm like, what is going on? But no, generally, no, I can't. I can't really do anything.
Here, I've got one for you. Actually, I don't have one for you. I have a special guest I'm going to surprise you with. Welcome to the show.
Okay, should I close my eyes?
Yeah. Okay. Bringing him just on voice call you so you can hear it, Dale. Wow. Thanks for having me on EasyMode. Wow. This show's great. Do you know who that was?
Yeah, that was Owen
Wilson,
wasn't
he called
it?
in to tell us he loves the show.
Oh my God. Well, actually, he never said I love the show. He just said, wow, this is EasyMode.
Well, he's working on his speech right now. He's got limited words he can say. But yes, we won't be talking about Owen Wilson, but we'll be talking about a few other celebrities that do voices for games. And one game I want to ask you if you've played, Spyro. Have you ever played that?
I did play Spyro a little bit when I was younger.
So they are re-releasing Spyro for the Nintendo Switch. Very exciting announcement for me. I did not have a PlayStation because I believe that's what platform they were on, but my friend across the street did, and I love the Spyro series.
Ooh.
And Spyro has actually
it's an iconic one. Sorry to interrupt. It's a very iconic one. Like a lot of people when they talk about their childhoods or whatever, Spyro, but I kept saying the name wrong. So please put an F in chat for the way that I would say it, which was Spyro.
Good old Spyro the Dragoon.
Good old Spyro the Dragoon.
Classic video game. Spyro himself has actually had quite a few different famous voice actors.
Oh, wow,
yes,
really? A couple different ones?
Justin Long being one of them.
Okay.
I'll save the most iconic for last. And
okay.
Tom Kenny. Now, Tom Kenny's a little less famous, and you may not know him off the top of your head, but
don't know
a good way to find him on IMDb right now is that he's going to be in that new Pinocchio movie. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Oh, Father, when can I be on my own?
I want to go out and be on my own.
No, you gotta be like way more nasally and like up in your head voice. But yes, I know which voice you're talking about.
Tom Kenny's in that movie. But the biggest and most recurring voice for Spyro has been a friend of the show. We love him so much, Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood? Okay, this is the second time we've mentioned Elijah Wood on the podcast.
I guess he's going to have to come on.
He's going to have to come on. Elijah, I don't know where you're going to be when you're hearing this, but we love you. We want to have you on.
Yes, come on. We love you, Elijah.
So wait, he voiced Spyro?
He did. He's been the most recurring voice for Spyro across a multitude of the games.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, great. Whoever cast him, iconic, great choice.
Yes. And I want to say this now, that is we're going to do an episode dedicated to voice actors that aren't celebrities. So they will get their due diligence because they deserve it and they deserve that credit. But today we're just going to talk on the celebrities. A lot of great voice actors in the Spyro series, but Spyro, The Legend of Spyro, Enter the Dragon actually had a star-studded cast that when I saw it, I couldn't believe it. I'm going to start off. Number one was Elijah Wood.
Number one, amazing, yes.
Talent, star, fan of EasyMode.
Yes.
Wayne Brady.
Wait?
Yeah.
Really?
There's more.
Okay.
Christina Ricci.
Oh my God. What?
I know. Mark Hamill from Star Wars.
Okay.
And then superstar, international star, Gary Oldman. All in one game. That was The Legend of Spyro Enter the Dragon.
Okay. Wow.
That is a star-studded cast, right?
Wow. That is a star-studded cast.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Wow.
And
it's just fantastic. I mean, what a fantastic game. What a fantastic series. And just to have like those celebrity voices. It was just that one iteration of the game, which I thought was very interesting. But that is a quite the packed cast. And it's not the only.
Also, Mark is in everything. Like, I feel like Mark is everywhere. Like, he is just so talented.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, no, he. When you said that, I was like, okay, no, Mark makes sense.
Yes, just what an amazing cast. And I do want to touch on Gary Oldman. Does have another iconic role, voice acting as well. He plays Viktor Reznov, which is like the main sort of antagonist in the Call of Duty series. Yes, I actually watched an interview with him on the big UK British talk show. Can't remember the name right now, but he was talking about how when he was doing the voice for the game, they're like, what is that? You know, you're on Call of Duty. That's such a big deal. What was that like for you? And he was like talking about the experience. And he said, you know, because it's a Call of Duty military game, a lot of action, basically how it worked when he was recording, it was a lot of 4-minute bursts of him, nothing but screaming. And the recording process was pretty like extended because there's so many different voice lines that they had to deliver because of the options the character could take through the story. So it was just basically like him yelling a variety of lines to be like put over like battle music.
You know what I think is so funny about that? He's in a silent booth by himself, just him and a mic, and he's just got to just go hard for however many minutes, and then it's done. And you know what? That kind of sounds like my dream. I wish I had like a containment room to just scream.
We all need a room to scream, I think, definitely.
We all need a room to scream. That's pretty cool, though. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and that character comes across a few of the Call of Duty games. So that's a pretty big accomplishment for a voice actor and a celebrity like in the franchise series.
And that is such a huge game. Like Call of Duty, they always come out with like new games every year.
Yeah.
The last one I played was like Black Ops 3 or something. Like it was that's an old one too now that I've kind of aged myself.
And embarrassingly, like I think I played it on Nintendo Wii. I know. I can't remember if I said that out loud. They did release it for Nintendo.
Yeah.
They had a Call of Duty had some game for Nintendo Wii, and I do remember playing it.
They did, yes. And people just dragged it online, but you were the one here.
And I was like, this is great. So Gary Oldman's actually voiced a few other characters as well. He was in True Crime Streets in LA. Spyro. So like he has quite the little gaming voice resume. I'm sure we'll see more things in the future.
Ooh. Yeah, honestly, I'm excited for him. Can he hook me up? Can he hook us up? Like, I'd love to just, get my voice in a game.
Yeah, we can be annoying characters. I'm sure some games have those.
If somebody wants to kill us in a game,
kill me.
I would be that. I'd be that character.
No, don't.
No,
please don't.
What do you mean I can't rob a bank, Dad? When am I gonna be on my own?
When can I be on my own? It all comes back to that.
It all comes back to that, yeah.
And speaking of another Brit. Dale, when I read this, I was very surprised because this is a game you and I play, and it's interesting. The character, it's interesting the celebrity who voiced the character. It's interesting that just like this fact has never come up, even though the amount of hours we've both probably spent playing this. But Patrick Stewart is in Skyrim.
What?
Did you know that?
No,
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Wait, what? He is?
Yes, he plays Emperor Uriel Septim, the leader of the whole empire of Cyrodiil. And then, he gets assassinated in the game.
Okay, spoiler alert. No, I'm kidding. If you haven't played Skyrim, like, where have you been? It's been out for
You genuinely
years.
scared me right there because I was like, oh no, I gave a spoiler for the game. We're going to have to re-record this. And then I was like, wait a minute.
No, like the game's been out forever, yes. But wow,
Patrick
actually,
Stewart.
I didn't know that at all.
I mean, an icon, like world-renowned actor. He did die in it, but in the story of Skyrim, he's killed, then we're introduced to his son, and he sort of is taking over, and that's sort of like as the story continues. That is also voiced by a celebrity. Surprise, surprise! It's voiced by his son, Patrick Stewart's son, Emperor Uriel Septim's son, is Sean Bean.
What?
I know.
This is such a weird fact.
I felt like this would be more common information, but when I saw this, I was like, did I just miss out on like when this made the rounds?
Is it just us? Okay, to the people who are listening, watching, can you tweet us if you already knew this? Because I feel like this is such new information for both Henry and I that I'm like, people should have known this, Unless this is just brand new information for everybody.
There's no way. It can't be.
It can't be brand new information for everybody. I think we're just behind the times.
We're behind the times. We're like, have you heard?
You were playing Call of Duty on Wii, and that's what's happening.
That's exactly it. I mean, what an accomplishment for like Skyrim and Bethesda to have like Sir Patrick Stewart and Sean Bean like as like voice credits to the name of the people who have worked in their games. So like that's pretty freaking cool.
Just wait, one day our names will be there.
Yes.
We'll be the characters that everybody kills.
I can't wait to tweet us what you think a game we would voice characters in would be about. I would love to hear those answers.
I would love to know. They're going to say games that we'll never release.
Exactly.
That's
demos that fail. We're like
too real.
Characters that never launch.
No, actually though. But no, that's actually so cool. Thank you for telling me that. I have played so many hours of Skyrim. And I'm actually surprised that you said Skyrim because I was like, what game have we both played for so many hours? I was like, is it Dead by Daylight? Is it Animal Crossing? Like, what are they? Because I'm thinking of like the most recent games, but you're right. Skyrim, the game that I like grew up playing so many hours in, never crossed my mind that a celebrity could be in the I almost said in the show. Skyrim's kind of like a show to me, but in the game, so that's so super cool.
Yeah, I mean, and then Skyrim does have so many voice actors that I guess like it's hard to think about all of them because there's so many characters. I'm sure some of them have to be voiced by multiple of the same people, right? Like,
totally,
yeah, that would
totally.
Be, that's what they do. It's their skills, their talent. They got it. They know what they're doing.
Oh no, exactly.
We're just catching up to them.
We're just catching up. Don't mind us.
We'll get there. And that's why we have this show to force ourselves to learn. Now, we are going to hop across the pond, as they say, back to the States. Now, this one, I still am surprised by reading. Now, it's who voices Roxas, which is I want to say it's pronounced Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. If I didn't say that right, I'm so sorry. I haven't played the game. It just seems very overwhelming. I do know that Donald Duck is the most powerful spellcaster in the Kingdom Hearts universe or like in the Final Fantasy universe. I do know that. So don't flame me for not being able to say the main character's name right. He is.
I didn't even know that. So you can just blame
the most
me.
Powerful flame spell in like the lexicon of spells in like the Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts world.
Henry, I have a confession. I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I never have.
I saw that there were some YouTube videos that explain like the lore and how it actually makes sense. And I said, oh, I might watch that. And then I saw how long it was. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to watch that. But good for them. I'll get there eventually. But yes, I've never played either of them either. But the main character, Roxas, we're going to say that for now. is actually voiced by American pop teenage heartthrob Jesse McCartney. He doesn't want,
Wait.
I know, he doesn't want another pretty face. He
Beautiful
doesn't want
Soul?
just anyone to hold. He just wants you and your beautiful soul, Dale.
Oh my God. I'm about to quit. You really back to back with these terrible jokes. It was the you and then the oogie booga, you know, like you. Okay, let's bring it back to Jesse here. I've not heard that name in a while.
It's been a minute.
Okay? It's been a minute. He really voices
Yeah.
the
And
main guy
of a huge
Wow.
franchise.
Huge. That's insane.
I mean, imagine if, I wonder if he voiced, is it his voice? Because that character recently got invited into Super Smash Brothers, right?
Oh, we should look into
Yeah,
that.
let's look into it. But is Jesse McCartney's voice is going to be in the Super Smash Brothers series?
Are we gonna get an extra song?
They should.
Because I'd like that.
It should come with the soundtrack when they add the DLC. It should come with "Beautiful Soul" by Jesse McCartney.
It should. It actually should. I don't want another pretty face.
I don't want just anyone to hold. That's it. That's all we got. We're gonna get copyright strike.
We are crap cake.
Cut that out. Now, I do want to touch on some other notable performances of celebs doing voice acting for their games.
Yes. Yep.
Some big ones. I was actually very surprised by some of them because they're they're A-list actors. I mean, if I was a D-list actor, I'd be like, "Can I voice your video game, please? I'm trying to stay relevant and famous." The video game studios are like, "No, you're not famous enough." But one of them, fan of Veronica Mars, me. I am a huge fan of this actor, Kristen Bell. She actually voices Lucy, which is one of the main IRL non-virtual characters in Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Yes. Liam Neeson, and I'm gonna make a Vine reference here. Liam Neeson's Neeson. If you haven't watched it. He plays James and the father, which is the main sort of antagonist figure of the story in Fallout 3. And in that same game, Academy Award winner Emma Stone.
What?
Yeah, she also voiced a character in that game. And she actually said, I think she won an award for it and said it was a big honor to do voice work for video games. And it's something she really always wanted to do and really admires and respects.
First of all, I love her. Second of all, what? I'm so shocked.
I know.
I love
These
that.
things
Okay,
just
wow.
I don't know. Did they go under the radar or it's just not a big deal?
Really
I don't know what
do.
to think about that.
I think it's because gaming does not get the recognition that it really deserves in the media. And when gaming does get attention in the media, it's often negative or it's just for new launches. Because every single time I see if I watch the news with my parents, they talk about video games, it's talking about how it negatively impacts children. I've never heard of video games being brought up in mainstream media for a positive reason. So this is probably why we don't hear about these things or part of these celebrities' portfolio. This is probably why.
I agree.
We got to change the name for gaming and
yes,
everything.
We're doing that here on this show, right, everyone?
This is what we're doing. We are.
Just a few more I want to touch on for you. I don't know if you watched the show Sense8.
Oh, yes.
Jamie Clayton from that show, who's a big science fiction fan. She was in that show. She was the smart computer woman with the glasses, blonde hair.
Was she Nomi?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay,
yes.
okay, yeah.
She voiced the eccentric billionaire Gian Garson in Mass Effect Andromeda. So if you're a Mass Effect fan, she's a voice actor in that. And then finally, and I think this is actually going to get us to the next section of the show, Dale, Chloe Grace Moretz. She voiced young Emily in Dishonored.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she voiced Dishonored.
You're saying all these names, and I'm like, what? I just in my head, I'm like, continue.
I
Sorry,
know,
this is such
huge
a shocker
star.
to me.
She voiced young Emily, and she voiced Emily in Dishonored. And I did play the Dishonored franchise. I did enjoy that game.
Okay.
It was hard for me because I'm not. If you can't tell from this show, I'm not very stealthy or discreet. Most people who are wouldn't start a podcast.
Wait, what? You're not stealthy or discreet?
Haven't been a day in my life.
You're not. Oh, this is a huge shocker for me, and this is not sarcastic at all.
Have not been a single day in my life. But Dishonored was really, really fun. I did like that game a lot. It had some Fable elements that I loved.
I love it.
But
okay.
she also voiced herself in the Kick-Ass video game.
Oh wait, the Kick-Ass video game?
Kick-Ass, the movie that she stars in, had a video game. The sort of
I don't know that they had a video game.
Yeah, they had a video game, and she also voiced herself in that.
That's so cool. Was it a good video game? I've never even heard of it.
So I didn't.
Okay,
I mean, I don't even know if I watched the movie Kick-Ass. Sorry, Chloe.
I don't think I have either. But you're still relevant, Chloe. So it's okay.
You're doing fine.
You're doing fine. We're not doing fine, but it's like
no,
we're two different people, so it's okay.
Yeah, you live your life, we live ours. Stay out of our business.
Yeah. She doesn't even know who we are.
But we know who they are, and you know a reason we can tell who they are, Dale? Because of their appearance. And sometimes celebrities lend their appearance to video games, and that's, I mean, a pretty wild concept.
That's actually so wild. And this is something that I have done a little bit of research on to talk about all these big name celebrities. So I'm really excited to just dive into that. Should we take 5? Warm up our voices and just dive on into it?
Thank you, 5. We'll be right back, everyone.
Henry, I have kind of like a weird scenario for you. So just like bear with me for a moment, okay? Imagine you're just like putting in this new video game that you absolutely love. And you're like, okay, I'm like vibing with the characters. Everything's good. That same day you decide to start a new show.
Okay.
and as the show starts and they're introducing new characters, you're like, hold on a goddamn minute. I just saw you on my TV earlier. Yes, that is a character from a show in a video game.
Yeah, this sounds like also this might have happened to you.
Yeah, I was just about to say this was a very like personal Dale experience.
Nothing to do with me. It's just you got it. What game was it? What show?
Okay, so I was playing LA Noire. Love that game. And I just was like, this is so cool. Like the way that they had the characters like talk, and it looked like they were based off of people. It wasn't just like an AI created them. Then I started to get into Mad Men because I thought like, oh, it was really popular at the time. I do want to say a huge disclaimer. I could not get into Mad Men. However, I did experience said individual. His name is Aaron Staton. I apologize if I said your name wrong. He is the main individual in LA Noire. And he's also in Mad Men. So when I saw him on the screen, I was like, wait, hold on a damn minute. That was the first time, Henry, that I've actually seen a celebrity or somebody that I recognize on like film or TV in a video game. I was shocked.
Wow.
I simply was shocked because like up until then, it was like you. Like, I only just like heard voices or like the characters were like super animated. It wasn't based off of like any person. So that was like the first one for me. Have you had an experience like that though? Like what I described, or was that very specifically to Dale?
No, I would say the first game I really saw people in like that. If it wasn't like a movie or something like that where the characters looked similar, like let's say like it's a Superman video game, Superman generally looks the same. So like, oh, that kind of looks like that actor, but he's playing Superman. So it's not really their likeness. But the first one I would say, I don't remember the name of the game right now. It's the horror game where it's sort of decision based. But Rami Malek is in it.
Oh, yes. No, I actually wrote that down over here.
Oh.
Until Dawn.
Yes, Until Dawn with Rami Malek. Because I watched that playthrough multiple times because I like to see all the endings. But I was like, I don't know who all these people are, but I was like, is that Rami? It was just like, it looked just like Rami Malek. And it was.
Was this before his big moment? Like, was he like undiscovered at this point?
I wouldn't say he was undiscovered,
like he was discovered,
but he was on his way up.
Not
for sure.
like on his way up. Okay. That's actually super, super cool. So I actually have like a whole list here of games and celebrities with them. I thought we could just like talk through it. Maybe we've seen them in the game. Maybe we've played the game. Have you heard of the game Beyond Two Souls?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So Elliot Page stars in that game. Also, Willem Dafoe.
I love Willem Dafoe.
Me friggin' too. And also that game it's a really good game. Also, it's just so cool to see like people that you've seen in movies and in like TV, and you're like, wait a second, I know you from somewhere. It's this weird deja vu. Henry, we all know that Cyberpunk had its moment last year when it popped out and everyone was super excited. Do you know which celebrity was in it?
Yes, that one I do know because one of my favorite celebrities. Okay. Sometimes when I'm sad, I'll say who it is. It's Keanu Reeves is in Cyberpunk.
That's correct.
But sometimes when I'm sad, I'll look up young pictures of Keanu Reeves just to spark some joy in my life. And it works. So if you're sad, I would recommend that. But I love Keanu. Who does no wrong in my eyes?
Who doesn't love Keanu? He's done absolutely nothing wrong.
He's perfect.
Yeah, you're right. Keanu Reeves. I've not played that game. I heard mixed kind of reviews and stuff about it, but it's really cool that Keanu is in that game.
I mean,
and he's so iconic.
I would say like that's a big part of all this is like he was a big part of the marketing. Like they put his face everywhere on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I feel like they definitely did need that, especially since, like, you know, the game had been pushed and delayed for so long. And it was like had to be pulled off the game store. I think it was from Sony because it couldn't like function to the certain level. So like they had such a tough time.
Yeah,
So
they did.
A lot of the themes with these games that I'm like looking at is they're using celebrities for like a huge marketing strategy. And that's like really smart for these people to do.
Yeah.
And especially if the celebrity has like a huge passion for gaming and just like you can tell that they enjoyed the performance or enjoyed being in it, then that like really makes a difference between like what distinguishes a good game from a bad game.
Yeah.
That was my Donald Trump impression coming out.
Oh my gosh,
so
I'm scared.
sorry.
I'm quitting the
That
show.
just came down. That was awful. Quitting. Okay, let's continue. So we did talk about Call of Duty earlier. You did for voicing. Did you know that, okay, and this is an individual who everyone is truly simping for, Kit Harington was in Call of Duty.
Would you know which one?
I will have to double check that for you. I didn't write the name, but it's in Call of
Maybe
Duty.
I
He was in
play
there.
Call of Duty.
Maybe you should. I mean, if you're in love with Kit. Kit was in there. And you know what's really cool about Call of Duty is they always have some really big A-list celebrity. There was one celebrity whose name I actually will not say because they have fallen in the ranks and fallen off my heart. They were a huge antagonist in the series, the franchise, but now they're gone. And I
refuse to name.
I'm not even gonna say good luck to you. I just refuse to name.
We'll
them.
never know. No one's gonna know.
We'll never know. Yeah.
How will they know?
No one's gonna know. How will they know? You can just Google it. That's what you can do. Henry, were you ever a fan of the Walking Dead TV series?
I actually have my former college roommate, Shadow Gustavo Gomez, love and miss you so much, is on The Walking Dead. So I've sort of kept up with it through the years. Yeah.
What?
He's still on it now. I don't know. I don't really watch the show. I just sort of like will look up clips with him in it because I'm like, oh, I miss you and I'm so happy for you.
Oh, that's amazing.
But he's like a part of the main group of people.
Wow. Yeah, it's still going on. Like from when I was in high school till now, and it's apparently like this is the last season. Anyways, I digress. The individual why I brought up The Walking Dead is we know Norman Reedus, who is like a huge star of The Walking Dead. He's the main character, like a main individual in Death Stranding.
Oh, wow.
Have you heard about Death Stranding?
I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
It's an interesting game. I've seen some people play it and I'm like, okay, this kind of looks terrifying for me. It's like very like futuristic, but really cool. And the graphics, they really did him like, not dirty or anything, but like really well. Like they captured his facial expressions, his whole acting and everything. And the way that they do this for these celebrities is just getting so much more and more high tech. Like I watched the behind the scenes on how they actually record the celebrity and their movements and their facial features, everything, just so we can see that on the game. And that's just so crazy. The dedication, nothing is half-assed anymore.
I know.
And honestly, I want to argue that nothing ever was half-assed. Like they've always just putting in 100% of the resources that they had. So shout out to all of these like studios, all these developers. You're doing amazing. And I notice you.
Yes.
But
correct me if I'm wrong, but like they're like in full like motion capture suits. They have like all the dots on their face to capture the expressions.
To track for the tracking. Yes.
These actors are like getting into like complete setups to like emote and like truly act these characters. Like
they're acting.
It's less on like the animation. I mean, there's a whole system of like, converting that to how it looks in a game, but like they are capturing what the actor themselves are capturing, which I think is very cool. And that is sort of in itself, it's like own art form, that transference of human to digital. It's wild to think about.
And it's even crazier that technology is only improving. And so the graphics and the acting, it's almost like we're going to see a movie while we play a game. Like, and a lot of these cutscenes are actually the graphics and the quality is so amazing because you can see like how much technology is improving and how much they're putting in to make sure that the experience for the user is, anyways, I'm getting the chills talking about this.
It's awesome.
I'm freaking out.
It's freaking great.
Let me continue about Death Stranding. So Conan O'Brien is also in Death Stranding. And my absolute favorite individual ever, Mads Mikkelsen, is in Death Stranding.
We talked about him recently.
We
Non-related
talk about
to this
him a lot.
episode.
This is not related to the
I love
episode, but
him.
we do talk about him a lot. We love him. Truly iconic.
Yes, I love him. He's so cute.
So we did talk about Rami Malek earlier. You brought him up. I was like, okay, cool. Yes. Do you know about the game Saints Row the Third? Have you heard anything about Saints Row?
Yes, I actually can see the branding for it in my head. It's like purple and silver, Saints Row. I see it all. Yeah. I've almost bought
Wow.
it a few times in the past. I think when I was in college, but I never did. I don't know what kept me from it. But it looked like something I would
Is
enjoy.
it because Burt Reynolds was in it?
Oh, Burt Reynolds was in it?
Yes.
I mean, when you think of Burt Reynolds, all you think about is this like very scandalous at the time. Like he did a almost nudish photo shoot on like he had like his iconic Burt Reynolds mustache, and he was like on like this fur. He's like one of like the first like male celebrities to like really do like a cool nude shoot and be like proud of it.
Yeah.
It was very cool. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Love Burt.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, no, he was in Saints Row, which is actually very, very cool. Now, this is a celebrity, and I'm kind of going through these as a list because it's like we could talk about them forever.
Yeah.
But we're all familiar with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and we're all familiar with yogurt loving fanatic Terry Crews. Terry Crews was in the game Crackdown. I've never heard of this game. Have you heard of it before?
Heard of that.
Yeah, so Terry Crews was in that game, which I think is actually kind of cool. Also, Terry Crews, like, he does streaming. He streams like these like anime games, which is actually so cool. He's like
gosh,
very
really?
integrated and like he does, yeah. He's like integrated with like the whole gaming scene. He games.
I love that.
Very cool. It's very cool.
I can't. What did you reference him? What show did you reference him on?
From Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh my gosh,
Yogurt loving
what
Terry.
a funny thing to reference. I would not reference him from anything else besides White Chicks.
That, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty iconic.
I figured I feel like a lot of people wouldn't have seen that movie though, because the movie from our time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let us know if you saw White Chicks. Maybe I'll do that as a
Please
Spotify
tell
poll
us.
this week. Did you watch the movie White Chicks?
Did you? I love that
was
movie. I know
so
people hated it,
good.
but I thought it was so funny.
It's great.
So, Henry, I just want you to close your eyes for a quick second
scared.
and tell me, when I sing this lyric,
Oh God.
who comes to mind? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Calling in the air tonight? I think I messed up the lyric.
Ma'am, this is not that kind of show. But are you trying to quote the Lion King?
What? No, what's the lyric?
I don't know. I'm scared.
I'm trying to reference Phil Collins.
Oh my gosh. What are you referencing?
Da, 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 da.
No.
Oh Lord. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? It's Phil Collins.
No. But
Yeah,
he's in a
Phil
video
Collins,
game.
He's in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. He
What the
plays
hell?
he's actually you go into this area. I think it's like a strip club or like some sort of bar, and he's at the piano. He's at the piano and he's singing a song. So he's, playing at himself. Are you looking up the lyrics?
Yeah, I'm
to
trying to
what I
figure
was
out
just
what
singing?
the hell is going on here, but I'll just take your word for it right now.
I messed up the lyrics. Oh my God.
Can you feel it come in the air?
Okay, now quick 5-minute pause so I can find this because I need to completely redo that.
No, I loved it.
Collins. You loved
Yeah,
it? I hated
no.
it. It was awful.
It's great.
It's called In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins.
Did he do?
And he said, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I was right. I didn't mix up the lyrics.
It's just the way you say it, I think.
Okay.
Oh, you know what
I'm not
I know
wrong.
Phil Collins for?
What?
Tarzan.
Oh, no, I never saw Tarzan. Oh, I did, but like long time ago, and I don't remember the music from
I
it.
remember all of it.
Why'd you say The Lion King? I'm like,
I
what?
thought I was
This isn't
thinking
it.
like I thought I knew Disney. I knew it was Disney.
But yeah, so he was in Grand Theft Auto, which is very cool. Have you ever played any of the Grand Theft Autos?
Yes.
Yeah? Which one did you play?
San Andreas. Oh no, Vice City. No, Vice City. One of those.
Vice City?
The one in Miami.
If it was Vice City, you would have seen Phil Collins.
Wow. I didn't know him and I were so close.
You guys are very close.
Love that.
So there's this game. It's called True Crimes Streets of LA.
Mhm.
I've never heard of it. Have you heard of it? Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Snoop Dogg is in it.
Yeah, and he's in it like as himself, right? I mean, that's the section of the show we're in. But yes, I remember him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember ads for that show as well. I
Wait,
love Snoop
what?
Dogg.
This is so crazy. I love him too. I love his like friendship with freaking Martha
She
Stewart.
committed
It's
tax
hilarious. Yeah, we know
fraud.
that.
Scary.
We did talk about Patrick Stewart earlier, but did you know he was also in the video game Castlevania?
What a little gaming king. I love that.
He's everywhere.
Star Trek too, I bet. I didn't think of it, but
probably
he has to be in the Star Trek games.
he has to be. I've never actually played a Star Trek game before, so I feel like this is just like off for me right now. You know what's kind of crazy? I'm going through all these lists, and you know more of these games than I do. Maybe they're just like
I will say this
around
is a
your
rare
time?
occasion, so I'm going to relish in it.
gratification. Yeah, truly relish in that. We did talk about Kristen Bell in Assassin's Creed, which good for you. We talked about Liam Neeson. He was also in Fallout 3. But here's an individual who I absolutely love, Giancarlo Esposito in Far Cry 6.
That's the one we
was
get
in that game.
all the ads for, right?
I think
And he's
so.
like, I'm
we
blah,
get a
blah,
lot
blah,
of ads
blah,
for
blah,
everything.
and Uncharted.
Oh, yes.
That's him, right?
Yeah, yep. That's him.
That
That's
man's
him.
everywhere.
He's everywhere, but honestly, good
Yes,
for him.
me
He's
too.
iconic.
I love it. I love the.
I saw him at
love
the
his
Game
voice.
Awards.
It's his
He
appearance.
was in the
but I
Game
still love his
Awards.
voice.
It was everything.
Yeah.
He also showed up to the Game Awards, and I was like,
Oh,
hello,
what a
I know you,
king.
Breaking Bad.
Keanu Reeves did too. Shout out Keanu Reeves. Just want to reference you again. Love you so much.
We love Keanu. And then finally, to round off this list of games, I saved the best for last. We love Gillian Anderson.
We do love Gillian
And
Anderson.
She was in Squadron 42, which I've never heard of this game, but how amazing. Her portfolio is so thick. And honestly, what a queen. I love her so much.
I mean, do you think they ever made an X-Files game?
I don't think they did.
Oh, sad.
Because I would have played it.
They should now.
I would have played it.
She should come back
They
and do
should
it.
now. And then they can cast us for people to kill. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, perfect. And then we'll get to meet Gillian Anderson because we'll have a scene with her.
Oh my God, I'll be so excited. I'm like freaking out as if this is actually
I
going
could
to
be
happen.
one of her
but
files.
You
Open me up. I have information.
I have information. But yeah, Henry, that's kind of like all of the main big celebrities that I had listed out for you in regarding to some games. Are there any on the list that you were like super shocked about? Or are there any that maybe I've missed that you're like, wait a second, Dale, you missed a couple?
I mean, I would like to see a few more games featuring Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I think he's a great actor, and I would love just to see him in more, maybe in like a very interesting story setting. I would love to see that. I'm like, don't use him as marketing. Use him as like what he's talented for. And that's like just great acting. I'm like, put him in something good. And put him. I'm gonna make a little dream cast of actors here. Elliot Page, put them in a show. With Gillian Anderson, put Snoop Dogg in it. Oh, that would be great. William Dafoe, would love that in there. Mix a little with that. Maybe one more. Let's do.
We cannot forget Elijah.
Elijah Wood. Oh my gosh, that rounds out the cast. And maybe like Burt Reynolds makes an appearance. I'd be happy with that.
You know, for all the celebrities that we named, if you could have any celebrity in a video game, anybody, who would you put in?
Yeah, who do you want to see? Let us know.
Who do you want to see?
I want to see Elliot Page in more games. I really do. They've done such an amazing jobs in the games they've been in. I want to see more. Give us a variety of stories, especially like now. I want to see some cool characters. I think they could play some really cool characters. I love Umbrella Academy. So I'm like,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
give me something supernatural, powerful, cool. I love it. I want to see more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't know. Because like my go-to is always saying Lady Gaga, but I'm like, no, she's like on the way to like getting an Oscar.
No, she's not.
So what actor? Well, not this time around, but that's another story. But you know what? Tweet us and let us know, like, what celebrity do you want to see in a game? Or would you ever buy a game just because a celebrity's in it?
I think some people would if they were like superstar celebrities.
Yeah, if they're super fans, collectors and everything.
When they launch the Barbra Streisand video game, I'll be the first one. Let me know.
I'll be number two.
Send me the early access code, please. I want that. I'll pay whatever.
Well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Can you?
Oh, Lord. Henry. No, actually, I can't feel anything. I'm numb.
I understand that.
What a fun episode we've had today. Truly all over the place, just like us, but that's what makes it fun. You know, it's cool. We talk about wanting to be in a video game. I feel like this was a life lesson for both of us to kind of get it together.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're never going to be cast with Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson, call us. We'll call you. We'll get in touch with your
we'll
people.
call you. We'll have our people call
coordinate
you.
This X-Files video game launch. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. You just got to show up, babe.
We'll figure it out.
You just got to show up.
If you enjoyed this episode, which if you heard my singing, you totally
How
should
could they
have.
not?
Please, how could they not? Share with a friend, a family member, and do tell us. We'd love to know which celebrity you'd love to see in a video game.
Yeah, I actually would like to know what other people have to say about that because like we all have our favorite celebs and it's very like individual, like who we stan. I mean, I'm a big Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj fan. I can't even imagine them in a big game. That would be so fun.
She would be that bitch.
She would.
She would be that bitch, yeah.
You know, whether it's their voices, whether it's their physical characteristics, their entire body, celebrities in video games, I think is a aspect of the industry that's going to get bigger and bigger. We're going to see more and more of.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wonder how far it's going to go to like celebrities, to like IRL people, to like, you know, that sort of like interesting section of gaming and fame. It's going to get bigger and bigger, especially with technology advancing. And I'm excited to see where it goes, Dale.
I'm excited for me too.
We may have a part 2 of this next year. That's like,
we might
it's completely different.
And we might have Elijah Wood on as a guest.
Yes.
I'm manifesting this for us.
And if you're listening to this, manifest that for us as well.
Please manifest that for us. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. Thank you to Henry. Thank you to me. Thank you to all of you.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. We'll be back next week with a new episode. But before we go, Dale, what are you playing this week? What are you going to do after this? What's going on?
What am I going to do after this? You know what? I'm feeling a little bit like retro. Like I'm wanting to go back to like my old school kind of games. You know, like a classic game like Tetris. Yeah, I want to play some Tetris.
Interesting.
I feel like that's just like, we don't talk about these like retro games enough. Like just like they're games, like they might not have like the most intense graphics, but sometimes I just like want to unwind. So I'm going to play some Tetris.
I love that. I'm actually going to be hopping on my Nintendo Switch, and I'm going to be going back to Super Mario. What was the Nintendo Switch launch name? And this wasn't Galaxy. It was Super Mario. The newest Super Mario open world game that came out. It's not newest. This is how you know. Oh, Super Mario Odyssey. This is how you know how long. I got that game gifted to me like 2 years ago or something. And like I was like on a big streak of like, I'm gonna find every star to put in my plane. Like I was really committed.
I've not played that yet. I have it on my Switch, but I've not played it yet.
I love it actually.
So I guess you'll enjoy Mario and I'll enjoy some Tetris.
Yeah, I'm looking for something open world where it's not like guiding me to anything. I'm just like cute, fun, and I think that kind of sounds nice. I'm excited.
Yeah. I love how I said Tetris. Like that's just like
I mean Tetris is fun. It's like
I love it.
It's like the old retro version of Wordle. That we all have to play.
Yeah, we don't all have to. I just love to do it.
Thanks for hanging out with everyone. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. I hope you've enjoyed today. We love you all so much. Thank you for listening, and see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.